were in George Street Middle School, and they had these Wednesday mid-school programs, and they were just like, I don't know what the fuck.
They're just like extracurricular programs, yeah.
But anyways, we both chose this one. Like, we didn't know each other, and it was basically like a co-op, like volunteering thing. You volunteered at a downtown establishment or something. And nobody else had, like, everyone else had partners already. Like, they said, like, get into groups of 2. And no one had partners, so, like, we were just like, yeah, sure, like.
And we knew each other from, like, classes and stuff, but we weren't very good friends.
Yeah, so I at that time, I had just started playing guitar, and I was, like, super into, like, metalcore, just, like, Kill Switch Engage, just, like, the most, like, just classic, like,
dirty
teenager, like.
Angsty.
Yeah. And I was really into guitar, so I was just like, we should volunteer at Tony's. Like, no one's picked it yet. And
music shop.
I think, like, you had never, like, played any instruments. You were, like, into, like,
I was just kind of rolling with it. I was like, sure, if you want to do that, let's do that.
Yeah.
So we just did our little internship there for a bit.
And then that's kind of like, you saw the bass, and you're just like, I want to play. That looks pretty cool. So anyways, after that point, we just started playing together a lot. As, like, we kept growing, we kept just practicing, taking lessons, getting better at our instruments.
And really just trying to bring in as many influences as we could. Just trying to, like you said, bringing in, like, classic rock, bringing in, like, progressive rock, emo music, alternative music, metal, like, post-rock. That's when we started, like, getting into the post-rock kind of thing.
I could hear you guys doing post-rock. Originally, that was a big thing for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know that I wasn't really aware of what that really meant, but we were just kind of bringing in that kind of side of us because we like to experiment.
I think once we met Matt, like, Matt was just probably
the glue.
He's the most versatile, and he just had that sound that we were looking for, essentially, that could kind of take all the genres that we were influenced by and to make what we are right now. And I guess that was kind of influenced by garage rock. I'd like watch all these bands. It's just like you could make your own music using like just this one mic and stuff like that. And it kind of influenced me to like try and write my own music. I was like, if all these people who don't really have like this crazy extensive background on music can write music, then why can't I write music? And when I started writing my own music, that's when I noticed like, oh wow, all these people around town are also writing music. And just like by writing my own music and having stuff to present to people, I could play shows, and through shows we could actually network with other bands and finally realize that, you know, there's actually is something going on in this town that not a lot of people notice actually.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about me playing in those punk bands and hardcore bands before Tortue. And I mean, before I started playing in those groups, I was pretty much totally unaware of music going on in the city beyond, you know, cover bands playing at Dolan's or things like that, more geared toward a more adult age range, I guess you could say, you know, more middle age and beyond. But I had friends, you know, that were getting into punk music when I was in grade 9 and 10, and they knew I played drums, and they just asked me to jam along. I hadn't even really listened to much punk or hardcore, but, you know, I was kind of just thrown into that environment. And, you know, after that, there's no looking back after you realize that even in a pretty conservative small place like Fredericton, there's, you know, all types of music going on, and it was really exciting.